Hi everyone, it's me, Tuxedo Mass, Evening Wear High Darian here, and today we're going to talk about, when your web shooter tool on Windows 11 don't work. And it's called the Windows Shooter Tool. The tool, which Windows runs your web shooter through. And this can be a one that's inside, which is always seems to be cheap and don't work as good, and the ones that you plugged in from outside, which always seems to run more good and seems to be more good. Now, the first thing that I've learned is that the interweb will not be helpful when it comes to this. If you look it up on Google or Yahoo or Bing or Edge or, whatever web seeking tool that you look it up on, the whiffs on there will say shit like, well, you need to shift this setting off, undo this setting, you need to go to this, you need to go to this setting and shift this on, shift that off, go into, play around with this setting. Yeah. Start this over, shut this down. They're going to make it out to be some kind of, bullshit hard thing to do. And if you look it up, go on Euro, the same thing. The films are going to tell you, oh, well, you got to fuck around with this setting and undo this setting and go into this tool, and go into, this thing. And I don't think anyone truly wants to spend all day fucking around with things, like that. Unless you're going to sit there and take notes on everything you're watching and reading. Now, the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take the Windows shooter tool out of your Reckoner. After that is done, you're going to want to look up Windows shooter, on Edge or whatever, Google, whatever, Yahoo, Bing, whatever your web seeker is. And you're going to want to look that up. And the first thing that's going to come up is the tool itself. You'll go into it. You'll be in the small soft shop. And you're going to put that back in. Once that tool is back in, you're going to want to go into your small speaker setting. Then you're going to want to shift that back to how loud you want it to be. After all that's done, then you're going to have to stretch it, make a film. You're going to have to pick between your inside web shooter or your outside one. And once that's done, make a film, see how it goes, and then that's it. No website on the interweb is going to tell you that's a smooth answer to it. No whiff on the interweb is going to tell you that either. No films that you watch on Euro is going to tell you that either. Now, some folks out there will ask, well, why can't you just get it from the small soft shop on your board top? Because that doesn't work. Because if you do that, you just click get it, then it's just going to spin and not give you anything. So you're going to want to look it up. You're going to want to go on Edge. You're going to go on Google or Yahoo or Bing or whatever, or DuckDuckGo or whatever. And you're going to want to have to look it up, until and the first thing it'll show you is a sheet or the link or whatever to the Windows camera app or Windows shooters tool. Now, I don't know why this happened, and it's not the first time that this happened. It happened more than once. Months ago, I want to make a film, and then Windows said, oh, well, this tool isn't working. How did I undo it the first time, you ask? Well, by taking out my mouse and putting a mouse on where my web shooter was and putting a web shooter and mouse is, and then for months that seemed to be the answer. And then last Tuesday morning that was not the answer anymore, and I had to do the following thing. I had to take the Windows shooter tool, web shooter tool out. Then I had to go look it up, then I had to download it again. Then I had to go to the small speaker and set that loudness up again. Then I had to shift between the inner web shooter to the outside web shooter. So yeah, what I told you is what you're going to have to do, or at least it works for me. Unless you want to fuck around all day with Windows and want to play around with tools and settings that you shouldn't be playing around with, because they most likely don't have anything to do with the bug or glitch or whatever it happens to be. So I'm only telling you what worked for me. And if it's not the answer for you, I don't know what to tell you. But that's, that's what happened. That's how I healed it. I don't know why the glitch happened the first time, and I do not know why the glitch happened the 2-width time. And before I end this film, I know there's going to be someone out there that's going to give their guess on why it happened, and it's going to be their guess greater than mine. Oh, yeah, before I end this film, before you say anything about updates, no. To my understanding, Smallsoft does not send updates for that tool. Or if you're thinking, maybe your web shooter tool needs updates. Well, the maker of my web shooter does not give updates. All they give are drivers that tells Windows how to run the tool. That's it. They do not, give updates. So the updates is not the answer to it. That's what everybody thinks. Everyone thinks, it's fucking up. You need to update. No, well, they don't. If the maker never gives you updates, then there's no updates to take on. All right, give this film a like, share and playlist it, and I'll see you later.